Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To Honorable our lovely lecturer, Mr. Fuad Abdullah, and my beloved friends, good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to thank to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala who already give us this blessing life and also healthy. My name is Shifa Khofifa Saida. As a moderator in today's presentation, I am from fourth group, and I am not alone here. I would like to introduce you my friends who are going to accompany me. They are Rifki Islami Pasha, Siti Sarah, Rena, and also Via Respiana. And here we are going to talk about intertextuality, and here's the outline. The first one, what is intertextuality itself? The second one, what is its implication? The third one, the levels of intertextuality, and the fourth, the role of intertextuality in ELLs, writing and learning. And the last, there's going to be Q&A sessions. Without any further ado, let's begin to the first material. And the first material that will be delivered by Siti Sarah. So for Siti Sarah, please, time is yours.
Alright, thank you so much, moderator, for the opportunity. So let me introduce myself. My name is Tisara with my student's number is 2021222015. And now in here I will explain about what is intertextuality. So what is intertextuality? Inter is a prefix which means between, among, in the midst of, together, and during. From the Latin word intertexto, which means to intermingle, while weaving and textuality refers to all the attributes that distinguish in the communicative content, and their analysis as an object of study. We can say then that intertextuality is the shaping of text, meaning by another text. It is the interconnection between similar or related works of literature that reflects and influence an audience's interpretation of the text. Jadi maksudnya adalah intertextuality itu merupakan teks yang mengacu kepada semua atribut yang membedakannya adalah dalam sisi komunikatif dan analisisnya. Jadi intertextuality ini merupakan pembentukan makna dari teks oleh teks lain. Interkoneksi antara karya sastra yang merupakan serupa itu mempengaruhi interpretasi audiens terhadap teks. Intertextuality has attracted so much attention was that it has offered critics a new means of talking about both the nature of textuality and influence, despite the fact that there is no commonly agreed upon approach to the term. The overall discussion has given rise to many appealing ideas. According to Rob Pope, 2002, the term briefly and distinguishes three kinds of intertextual relation, namely explicit, implied, and inferred. His definition of intertextuality as the general term for the relation between one text and another is rather vague. Nevertheless, the categories he draws can overuse and interesting, albeit not very elaborated, insight into the ways intertextuality can be attributed to the writers and the readers. Alright, that's all from me. I'll give it back to moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, Siti Sarah, for the great presentation. For the second material will be delivered by Via. Please, Via, time is yours.
Alright, thank you very much, moderator, for giving me the time. I'm Via Respiana with my students number 2021222031. I will continue the presentation of our group about the concept of intertextuality and the type. So, the term intertextuality was coined by Julia Kristeva in 1980. though some believe that the very origins of the concept go back to Ferdinand de Saussure and Bakhtin's idea. According to Julia Kristeva, no text is independent of other relating texts existing before it. Any text is an intertext, the site of an intersection of numberless of other texts. And what she means by that is no text is purely original. Texts are constantly borrowing and quoting other texts, whether intentional or not. In her work, Julia Kristeva developed terms called transtextuality. What she means by that, and if we take the first part of that word, trans, she's talking about how the text actually transcends itself, and the meaning of text is not contained in its own bounds. It's actually informed by other texts, and when you engage with other texts, you realize new meanings and the primary text that you're reading. Jadi, menurut Kristeva pada 1980, tidak ada teks yang benar-benar independen atau terlepas dari teks-teks sebelumnya. Teks apapun adalah interteks atau persimpangan dari teks lain. Jadi, setiap teks terus-menerus mengambil dan mengutip teks-teks lain, baik itu disengaja maupun tidak. Dan dalam karyanya, Julia Kristeva mengembangkan istilah yang disebut transtekstualitas. Dan apa yang dimaksud dengan transtekstualitas adalah dari kalimat atau dari kata trans, itu dia berbicara tentang bahwa teks itu sebenarnya melampaui dirinya sendiri. Artinya, makna yang terkandung dalam teks tidak dicerminkan oleh teks itu sendiri, tetapi dipengaruhi atau diinformasikan juga dari teks-teks lain yang berkaitan. And from this viewpoint, and because of this nature and function of intertextuality, the concept is believed to be of two types: intertextuality of text or author and intertextuality of reader. The first one is intertextuality of text or author. It focuses on the text itself and analyzes it to find out the textual elements of other texts influencing the present one. In other words, it refers to text construction and those elements of other texts which influence in the structure of that text and are hence parts of the nature of the text. Jadi, intertekstualitas teks atau penulis ini berfokus pada teks itu sendiri untuk menganalisisnya, untuk mengetahui unsur-unsur tekstual dari teks lain yang mempengaruhi teks tersebut. And then the second one is intertextuality of reader. It considers the reader's reading experience and prior knowledge and focuses on the same or other chains of text affecting his or her reading, understanding, interpretation, meaning making, and meaning discovery. Jadi intertekstualitas yang kedua ini berfokus pada pembaca. Maksudnya bagaimana pengalaman membaca si readers dan juga pengetahuan yang sudah diperoleh sebelumnya itu berakibat pada atau berefek pada penentuan makna dari teks yang dibaca saat ini. Alright, I think that's all for me. Thank you very much for your attention and sorry for the mistake. I'll give it back to the moderator.
Thank you very much, Fia, for the great presentation. And the third material is about the level of intertextuality will be delivered by Rifki and me. For Rifki, time issues.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Word level intertextuality pertains to the use of words and phrases from source text. This intertextuality may be indirect, conventional, or unconventional, as defined by Pecorari and Shaw. Indirect word level intertextuality refers to generic phrases, words, or bundles of words which, based on literature in this area, Uh, a focus on word bundles is a feature on academic genre research, and such bundles seems to be employed by writers to gain access to a discourse community. This form of intertext is not usually cited or referenced overtly by writer, but creates embedded intertextuality relationships which increase the similarity between two texts that share the same topic, content, register, or area. Next is sentence level intertextuality, is the use of source text sentence with appropriate attribution, that is indicating the author, date of publication, and page reference next to the parts taken from the source which are prefaced or quoted. A preface may also include key terms that may be central to the meaning, yet appropriately cited between single or double quotation marks. Unconventional sentence level of intertextuality, on the other hand, is copying the entire sentence with minimal change of the original language without appropriate attribution. Thank you. I give it back to moderator.
Before we continue to the next material, let me explain about the first one, indirect intertextuality. It is the relationship that arises between texts which have commonalities in areas such as topic, purpose, or readership, that creating and also creating structural and praise logical similarities. And the second one, conventional intertextuality. It is involves direct reference to another scholar's work presented or as quotation or praise. And the last, there is unconventional intertextuality. It is involves a direct relationship with a given source text, and it is not adequately signaled by the writer, and in that sense it is not legitimate. And the next level, there is paragraph level intertextuality. In this case of paragraph level, indirect textuality, this shared relationship refers to the standard format of paragraphs, which is the topic sentence or supporting sentence, then a concluding sentence at the end of the paragraph. From the perspective of genre, this way of organizing paragraph is writing serve as a communicative strategy that aligned the writing with academic expectation. And the last level, there is structure level intertextuality. And this structure level intertextuality includes indirect and unconventional intertextuality. Indirect structure intertextuality refers to the convention of academic writing, which includes the standard elements of organizing academic writing. And also the unconventional structure level in intertextuality, on the other hand, refers to adopting sources structure, such as adopting the same order, headings, or reference. Unconventional structure of intertextuality, which show that students may occasionally turn to adopting the structure of a source they read. Now let's move up to the next presenter, that is Rena. Please, Rena, time is yours.
Alright, thank you to the moderator. So now I will continue this presentation and I will present about the role of intertextuality in English language learners' writing and reading. So there is a study on English language learner children about the use of intertextual resources in their informational text writing, and based on the findings about the children's reliance on the intertextual resources, the researchers further argue that the students' appropriation of the resources should be seen as a form. So the first role is to increase the students' linguistic control over the informational text. And then, Bunch and Willett study added further evidence about the potential of intertextuality in helping English language learner students to develop language abilities and tackling challenging writing tasks. And then, all the findings highlight the importance of intertextuality in helping the students. So, the third role of intertextuality is to improve the students' acquisition of language and writing skills. The study intends to move beyond and focus on language and skill acquisition and further explore the varieties of learning, both formal or informal, both academic or non-academic, that occur and in through the children's intertextual poetry writing practice. So that's all I can explain about the role of intertextuality. I give it back to the moderator.
Thank you, Rena, for the great presentation. Now we're close to the end of presentation. Before I end it, I would like to open the Q&A sessions. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask, and you can raise your hand, then I'll ask you to open your mic. And the last but not least, thank you. We are at the end of the presentation. I would like to say thank you again for your kindly attention, and we are sorry for all the trouble that we made. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.